to another episode of Digestive Digest Live. Get ready to digest a great deal of information this morning, as we have a very special guest, Dr. Dan, love what's in your stomach, Schnorr. Dr. Dan did his undergraduate studies at Notre Dame and graduated with a medical degree from Columbia University. He will soon be moving to Oakland to complete his residency in emergency medicine. He has traveled to many parts of the world. One of his recent trips brought him to Haiti after the devastating earthquakes that rocked the country. Dr. Dan spent a year volunteering in Haiti and then recently returned to treat patients for cholera, a disease of the digestive system. We are so lucky to have him here. Welcome, Doctor. Love what's in your stomach, Dan.
Thank you so much for having me, and it's so great to have this fantastic audience here.
Dr. Dan, we want to start by asking you a few questions about the digestive system. Can you give us a brief overview of what the digestive system does for the body?
That's an excellent question. The digestive system is a very important part of the body because everything that we eat has to be broken down into small chemicals that our body uses to have energy and to have all the different types of minerals and vitamins that are vital for our system to keep moving. And the digestive system also filters out bad things like bacteria or viruses, and then sends the rest out the other end.
Wow, that's a lot of information to digest. Thank you. Why is the digestive system such an important part of the human body?
Well, think about it. If you eat food, it has all sorts of different things in it, or drink water. If you eat a piece of pizza, for instance, it has carbohydrates and sugars, which are in the bread. It has dairy and protein, which is in the cheese. And it has fat, which is in things like pepperoni or stuff that you put on the top. But once it goes into your stomach, your body needs to first of all, break it down into small pieces that your body can use, and second of all, figure out where to send all those different things to the parts of the body that need them. So that's what your digestive system does. It breaks down the food into small little pieces that your body can use, and then it absorbs them, and through the liver and through the circulatory system in the blood, it sends them to the parts of the body that need it the most.
So, Dr. Dan, how does one make sure that he or she is keeping their digestive system in dynamic shape?
That's a very good question also. I think the most important thing to do is to wash your hands, because one way that a lot of infections like bacteria or viruses can get into your body is they use your digestive system and to get entry, okay? So when you eat, wash your hands before you eat. Also, learn about nutrition and make sure that you're eating the right things, all the vitamins that you need, and not too much, things like white grains or fats or things like that that can make you not as healthy.
Alright, viewers, now for our favorite part of the show, viewer call-ins. Today we have two digestively disturbed viewers in need of some advice. Caller 1, are you there?
Hi, Dr. Dan. It's been a bad few days in our house. My sister has diarrhea. She cannot keep anything down and is late with sweats and chills.
Alright, viewers, now for our favorite part of the show, viewer call-ins. Today we have two digestively disturbed viewers in need of some advice. Caller 1, are you there?
Hi, Dr. Dan. It's been a bad few days in our house. My sister has diarrhea. She cannot keep anything down and is late with sweats and chills. This is a digestive disaster.
Wow, that is a digestive disaster. Well, the thing is that diarrhea could mean a lot of different things. And it's important when anyone has diarrhea that they make sure that they keep well hydrated and they drink a lot of fluids and things that have electrolytes in it like Gatorade as well. That way you won't be dehydrated. That's the first thing, okay? But like I said, there's a lot of different things that cause diarrhea. When you say that your sister is having sweats and chills, that makes me think that she has a fever. When someone has a fever, that usually means that they have an infection. So I'm thinking that your sister might have an infection that is infecting the gastrointestinal tract. Is there anything else that you could tell me? Has there been traveling recently?
Yes, Dr. Dan. We actually just got back from a trip to Mexico.
Oh, okay. And what happens is when people travel to other countries, especially countries that might not have as good a water system as the United States and are less developed, they eat bacteria that they're not used to and they can get sick. I think that since your sister has been traveling and she has a fever and she has diarrhea that's been going on for just a few days, that she probably has an infection such as E. coli, which is a bacteria that infects the intestinal system. But you should go and see a doctor to be checked out and get the proper medication like antibiotics that will treat them.
Thank you so much, Dr. Dan. I'm so glad I called him.
We have time for a live studio audience question. Men Brave Millie, are you in a digestive dilemma?
Yes, I am. I'm really afraid that my dad might be having a problem with his heart. He has pains in my chest. What should I do?
Okay, calm down. Is this the first time that your father has had these pains, or has it been happening before?
He has it often, like a few times a week for the last few months. I'm so afraid.
Okay, well that's good. If your father has been having this before, it probably means that it's not an emergency. Okay? Now, another question for you. When does your father get these pains?
Well, after he eats is when it occurs the most, especially if he's having a coffee or a rich dessert after dinner.
Ah, I see. So I can't tell for sure by over the phone, and your father should be checked out by a doctor to make sure something very serious isn't happening. But what is most likely is that your father is suffering from something called gastrointestinal reflux disease, or GERD. Sometimes people call it reflux, okay? And what happens is, if your stomach is here and your esophagus is here, there's a sphincter which holds food from the stomach from going back up into the esophagus. And your stomach has acid in it to break down food. If the sphincter is not holding food in the stomach, it can reflux up into the esophagus and cause a burning feeling right under the sternum, which is this bone right here. And some people often confuse this with a heart attack, okay? This is often caused by people that eat rich desserts like mints, that drink a lot of coffee, or that drink alcohol or smoke tobacco. Those are the 4 things that usually cause it. So does that make you feel any better?
Oh, do I feel liberated? Sorry, I mean liberated. Thanks, Dr. Dan.
I just want to point out one thing. When somebody has chest pain, especially somebody who's older, say older than 40 or 50 years old, it is important that you get them checked out by a doctor because sometimes it could be a problem with the heart.
That's good to know. Thanks again, Dr. Dan.
You're welcome.
Dr. Dan, this has been so informative. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today on Digestive Digest.
Thank you, Dr. Dan.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Do you have some medical issues to digest?
Then tune in tomorrow to Digestive
Digest.
Thank you for joining us on this intensely informative episode. Tune in next time when Dr. Small and Preston Swain joins us live.
Break it down now, break it down now. Need saliva, need